right away though. I got 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, we're gonna start the council meeting. It's 5 o'clock, March 9th. Stand for pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
That's who
Motion moved and approved. Motion has been made and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I know I'll get it right pretty soon. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the February 23rd meeting?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of the February 23rd meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Old business.
I think I really have any old business today, Gary.
Okay. We'll go into new business. Street project, Reese.
Yeah.
Well, good evening. So we did just have a very productive meeting with the residents on Broadway Street here for the street improvements project. So overall, I think folks were leaning towards the option 2 that we had outlined in that exhibit. So we did give them the option of going full width all the way through the roadway and keeping it at that 38-foot road wide, which it is currently to the south of that area. So the area to the north, we did this a couple different ways. So options 2 and 3 are just a variation of each one. So option 2, we would continue the 38-foot wide roadway up to a certain extent, and then it would neck down to 29-foot wide, and that would be from gutter line to gutter line. So that one seemed to be the favorite amongst the residents. Option 3 was we would go straight from 38-foot wide immediately down to the 29-foot roadway to keep that more consistent. So, you know, the biggest thing that I was hearing while we were out there was, especially on the north side, they were preferring the 29-foot wide roadway because that would not eat into their current driveway configuration as much. Further to the south, the reason folks were leaning towards concept 2 was that you could still have some bit of parking on the south side for both sides of the street. So in options 2 and 3, the side, the west side that we're showing, there would be no technical street parking, just so that we can keep access going through there. So folks would still be able to park on the east side, it just wouldn't be on the west side formally. So that was that one. And then so other updates on this project. So we did get survey done for both Broadway Street and for 4th. So if this project were to move forward, we'd be able to go ahead right away. But soil borings, we did reschedule those just because we needed to get some water main marked out, and just timing didn't work out. So that should get moving here very shortly. So
Well, we had trouble on that, trying to find the shut-offs.
right.
So the guy said that he would wait and come back on it, so.
Yep.
I was there with Kyle when we were looking
Oh,
for
you
it.
were? Okay, great. Yeah, because there's no real water valves in the street until we get about outside of City Hall here, which is abnormal. So, once we figure that out, we may need to add in a valve or 2 to this project, and so that we can, you know, should this ever become an issue, we can isolate this area and properly operate the water main. So with that, you know, open for discussion for both Broadway and for 4th Street, but if you would want to move forward, what I would be looking for tonight would be to have a resolution ordering plans and specifications for either 4th Street or Broadway, or both, or none, and we could table this till the next meeting.
Anybody have any questions on this?
All the residents seem like they're happy down here going, all right, or?
Yes.
Okay, well, that was the main concern, because,
Patricia and I were both there, and me as a citizen. And it was good. Everybody felt pretty good, I think, about the Plan 2, being able to do that rather than the full width kind of situation.
Yep.
And, we talked about water drainage and lots of different issues too, and it sounds like some really good things will come out of this too, in the long run. So, should I bring up about the waterway?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Okay, we heard that, by Reese here, that, he's talking to Chad Anderson, who's in charge of the,
Chad
roundabout.
Hanson.
Hanson, excuse me. About the roundabout, and that maybe in that project they would include, deepening the channel, the spillway out here, which has been a major concern for many of us. So, the state of Minnesota might just go ahead and get that done for us.
So,
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. So, we might improve also the, if needed, and sounds like it probably is, drainage off the street, because it does back up now, driveways and yards and that kind of stuff. So, we probably also be doing that, depending on what these funds.
So we'll do some storm sizing. We'll probably need to add in a few intakes. And just for the folks that weren't out there, it is currently marked with paint. So if you are interested, you can go check it out. All the options are shown, but options 2 and 3, it should be pretty self-explanatory, but the furthest on the west side, we did flags, and then the rest is all pink paint for what the 29-foot wide roadway would be.
so with Fourth Street, is that in front of Jack?
No, it's in front of the school.
Oh, in the front of the school?
East of the school, east side of the school.
Oh, that's the one that goes, yeah.
That's the one we're looking
That's,
at.
yep, that's really in bad shape, okay. 'Cause, yeah,
My feeling is we should do them both now, and they gotta get done, so.
right. With the water and the sewer, okay on that one, or that?
No, that one has to be water sewer. This one, the sewer and water are okay on.
We definitely have to do something with that street, it's pretty bad. And the school's kinda waiting on us, or what's the deal with that? The blacktop in there, or not in there, or?
Yeah, 'cause we told them to do it when we did the street.
Right.
They actually paid us to do it, so.
Something that has to be taken care of, it's pretty bad up there.
But I need a motion if we're gonna do it, to pass a resolution.
I move pass a resolution to get started on both of the streets or to
It would be to order plans and specifications, the
order
preparation of
plans
plans
and
and specifications.
specifications. All right.
Do I have a second?
I'll say,
Motion made, second, to pass a resolution, to add the plans and specifications. All in favor, say aye.
alright,
Opposed? Motion's carried. So we're going forward.
Yep, and so we'll get going on plans right away. I'll have a more formal schedule for you at the next meeting, but I would expect by the time we get both of these areas done, it'll probably be a couple months by the time we're ready to go out for bid, so that pushes us closer to a May bid to where call it a June, July start would be a little bit more realistic. So, that is it for Fourth and Broadway. Viola water main, like we had talked last time, they're just waiting for temperatures to warm up enough to get some patching done, and then that one will be ready to close out. And then sanitary district, there's no major updates on that just yet, but I did attach the district meeting minutes. And then following our conversation from the last meeting, that project priority list did get submitted, and I did get that confirmed that that was received by the MPCA. So they're currently going through their scoring exercise to see where we end up falling on that. So we did get some okay points, so I was pleasantly surprised on a few of those. So that was positive. So other than that, that's what I got this week. Unless there's any questions for me.
There's gonna be a sanitary meeting on the Friday.
This Friday? Guess I was not invited to that.
I'm gonna be on it. Patrice, you are too.
So that's in Zimbrota at 9 AM. It's not live.
It is live.
No, yeah, it's
Not
live.
there.
So Reese, I got the phone call from Michael, Bolton from the city of Wanamingo.
Okay.
He just called and said he wanted a representation from the city of Goodhue. It's being held at Zimbrota City Hall at 9 AM. And then, Senate Representative Goggin is gonna be calling in live.
Oh, excellent.
And that it's gonna include, Prairie Island for the meeting.
Oh, excellent.
So that's pretty much all I know, and then I sent the message out to the council, so.
Okay, nope, that sounds great, and I'll check my schedule and see if I can attend as well.
Maybe they didn't ask you for a reason. There's something going on. Yeah,
But,
yeah, I think they want you guys there.
okay, yeah,
for something.
I would like to be there. So,
Jason, just so you know, this is Jeff.
Sorry, I'm Jeff Hess. I'm work for SG. I'll kind of be the inspector.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
the project if they go through.
okay.
so,
I'll be the one here on, with my boots dirty.
That's, welcome to my world.
so, yeah, thank you very much.
You got a tree?
So I was just messaging him, and he didn't know that the meeting started at 5 PM,
Oh,
but it is
yeah.
posted on our location, so he
Okay.
is on our way down, so if we
Okay.
could just skip over top of him and
Okay,
come back to him,
sure.
thank you.
Okay, then, Public Works update pay benefits. Jason Manico is starting on Monday. And I guess this is what we're paying everybody here. I've been working with Kevin, trying to see what we can come out with there. But he's got a little issue because of his insurance with his employer now and versus what we pay, it's cost of money then, so. He was gonna check with his tax man and let me know, so if there's something else we could come up with, if anybody's got any ideas, I'd be more than happy to listen to him.
So if you do it for one, you have to do it for everybody.
Yep,
Right,
Yep.
that's-
but it's, it'd be a good employee to have, that's,
What was the difference? The deductible or something, or?
well, it's about $600 a month.
So maybe you should explain, Carrie, what we pay, what we pay Jason on the sheet
Yeah,
is.
so I don't
What,
understand.
the city pays 100% of the employee's cost, and then 50% of the spouse's cost. The problem is that the type of insurance we have, if you have a lot of dependents, that costs a lot of money.
Oh,
Some plans have where you can have a spouse and a limited amount of kids, but in our particular policy, they charge extra for each individual child, is that correct?
And then the age of the wife also.
That's correct.
Yeah, so,
You know what?
Age of your
Age of the spouse.
Yeah.
It, like, so she's 45 years old, she pays X amount right now. When she turns 46, it increases almost by 40 some dollars. It's like 45 something, just next year, and that's how it. And so I have done some research on some other, but that's the best one for our area, because if you start choosing some other ones, you don't have any of the services around here. So,
Do we offer like an HSA or anything like
Yep.
that?
Yeah. it's
$1,000 a year.
250. Yeah, I seen that.
I looked at that too, if we would up that a little bit, but we'd have to up it to everybody.
Well, but the other thing we gotta remember, we're pretty well committed to this, I mean, his employer might say someday we're not gonna, we can't, obviously and we're not egg partners, but that's not a guarantee either that his costs are gonna stay the same either, and that's,
The county, they were changing all the
but
time.
were they? Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
and the cost just kept going up.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Well,
know,
that's everywhere.
and- Yeah, right. And
well, even 100% employee, that's pretty good.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
I looked at
That's
that,
very
I thought really good. I didn't,
That's
I didn't realize he had a family,
He's got 3 children,
so. Yeah, I
so
did not know
this
that.
was,
See, and I thought it was one
I did
shot per
too.
family. If you had unlimited kids, it didn't matter, but that's not the way this plan works. So we'll have to work on that, I guess.
So, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been thinking every which way but loose on this too, on how we can do it.
so how long is this plan being, the city had this?
probably about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. Because what happened is, what happened is they when they put the health insurance in a number of years ago, then the employees forgo raises for a number of years in exchange for having the health insurance benefit. I think it's always been, since we've had the health insurance benefit, it's always been, we pay the employee and then half of the family coverage, whatever it would be. I think it's been probably 4 or 5 years, Gary.
At least 5,
Yeah.
I'd say. At least 5,
How much is, half of the family?
It's a lot. You had the,
well, what are you defining as family? Like,
Why
so,
don't you
I mean,
tell-
I can tell you individually, I'll have to go and get it.
I don't know if there's something there. Thought you were
I
somehow-
want to say that,
More, or-
I want to say that it was an extra like $1,100 for that, or $1,200 for that family coverage. And then if we'd only pay half that, it was like a $500 or $600 difference. Right, Gary? That's where, and I think right now, the particular benefit he has, right, I don't know this for a fact, like the particular benefit right now plays for himself and the family. Is that correct, Gary?
I'm not sure on his.
One person between birth through to age 20 costs $476.53 per month. So he has 3 children. So times that by 3 is $1,429.59. So we pay for half of that, and this is per month. We pay half of that as $714.80. Divided by 2 again, average is 2 paychecks per month. Just for the 3 children, he would take out of his paycheck $357.40. Then adding his spouse, she pays $773.16 per month. We pay 50% of that is $386.58. And then 2 paychecks is $193.29. Add those 2 amounts together, out of his per paycheck, he would pay $550.69. So $1,100 a month.
Wow, that's tough then.
See, that's what it's,
Would we consider doing something toward that instead of just half? And then it could be still gonna be evenly divided per employee, but it would be evenly divided as far as our, what we're doing for each employee, as far as how much we're paying, how much they're paying.
so, come at me again on this one.
You mean that we pay more?
Yeah, we would pay more toward the family, and we set the amount, you know, and then that would have to be, like you say, fairly divided for each family, you know, whether there's one member or 4 members or whatever, and maybe he would negotiate some with us on that, and so that, we would come closer to what he needs.
Well, I'm up to anything, I mean, yeah.
Just a thought, you know, that might, I mean, it's gonna be more expensive for us again, but,
Yeah, we gotta watch that.
well, yeah, I just throwing it out there to see if that might be
No,
Yep.
at least you think
an option. something.
Why don't we wait and see what he comes back at for sure, and then, and maybe we can talk about, it, see if there's some other way to do it. I'm racking my brain too, Gary, and I mean, it's so expensive, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how long, you know, some of these, yeah, I think that's what just right now, nothing we can tell. He was gonna talk to somebody and come back again, is that right?
Yeah, he's gonna talk to his tax
Okay.
person or something.
Okay,
Yeah, then, if they want that, what's the deductible on this plan?
that I don't know.
It's 2,500 for
Okay.
individual and 5,000
Okay,
for
that's for
family.
family, okay, so, yeah, the deductibles.
And so then
22.
they're given an HSA of $1,000
To kind of
to
make
help
up for
that.
Yep. Yeah. It's everywhere, health insurance is really.
No, I
really-
think this is probably pretty common
Mhm.
for what's around. I mean, he's got a really good deal where he is.
Yeah.
He will match that. I don't know.
Pretty tough.
No, we'll work on that.
Okay.
Okay,
And then, the other part, as long as we're on the benefits and that, you got, it's in here, it's someplace to go, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a long-term disability thing or something.
Oh, yeah, I seen that under the disability stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
long-term, that's down for number 13, so are we jumping ahead?
Oh, I see, that's a whole different. Yeah, that's a whole different,
So then, do we need to amend the agenda if we're gonna skip to 13?
No, we can just skip to
No.
13.
We can skip to as long as we keep the agenda, what's on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can just take things out of order here a little bit.
Long and short-term disability proposal for them. I thought we always had this, and we started looking at employees and we don't have it. So, it's, if we do option 1, it's 205. Right, Jill?
That's correct. So if you see, short-term disability, okay, option 1 would be $92.42. If we took option 2, is $67.66. So the difference between there would be, basically, option 1 would be 14 days, for the injury period. Option 2 would be 30 days of the injury period. And so that's for short-term disability. If you moved on to long-term disability, you can read through that. So if we took option 1 plus the long-term disability, there's only one option for that. It is $205.79 per month. If we took the option 2 of the short-term plus the long-term, it's $181.03, and that's for all employees, all full-time employees, not individual, it's for all.
employees don't have the option of taking it or not.
Correct, it has to go to everybody.
So that's per
$205
employer.
is for one
No,
employee.
that's for everybody, that's for all.
That's for one employer of 10 employees. That's-
Right.
Mhm.
And that covers it all, $200 a month?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep, I repeated myself multiple times, that's what I said too.
Okay.
And
And
that's the first thing I asked Jill
Well,
too.
that ain't so bad.
No,
No, it ain't, it isn't bad, really.
well, it's one of them you pay all the time and hope you never have to use it.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
it's kind
But
of-
it's a protection for us too.
Yep, absolutely.
So I really think we need that, but I gotta have a motion to pay for it.
What option,
Option 1,
looking at option 1?
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
or option 2 on the,
With both, yeah, the
it
two.
was short term and and
Right.
only one option.
And then one, okay, so option 2, and then, right, the long-term option, okay.
So that's $181 a month, 03 a month.
Oh, I thought, okay, I was thinking, yep, the 205.
Yeah.
181.
And that would require a 30-day waiting period it's a little bit different, the 30-day waiting period on the short-term disability, and then a duration of 22 weeks, that's the difference.
So what do you think? You should go 2 weeks? Or
No, I'm just saying so the council understands that there's a waiting period in there.
But that's what I'm debating about.
Yeah, oh, well, that's, yeah, that's, I think.
So the explanation on that I was working with Bill Singer, who's the insurance rep, he said, generally speaking, people would have some vacation time and they would have sick time and they would have comp time. Everybody here, one way or another, like I'm staying for extra for council meetings, right? So I can use that as comp time. When it comes to the public works people, they'll have comp time eventually over the period of the year because a snowstorm will come, plus they have their day-to-day stuff. So that stuff is built up. So it's beneficial. I mean, nobody here has a lot of time just to go and take a long 2-week vacation. So you would have that time actually saved up, banked up, you know. It's a little bit tougher, as we know, for the first year employee, but you're under a lot of learning things anyways. You don't have time to take vacation, but there's a generous package on year number 2 and going forward. So that all those the sick time all increases and stuff.
So that's why your 30 days maybe is okay?
Yeah, yep, and that's what he was saying. That's what
okay.
he was suggesting, that the 30-day would be more beneficial, because also in our handbook policy, it states that we can give some of our hours to another coworker.
Oh.
So.
Good.
Mhm.
We're all pretty much thinking we should do it.
Well, it's a protection for the city, really.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll make a motion that we go with the short-term and long-term proposal number 2.
At 181.03.
Yeah.
Do I got a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, do the short and long-term disability at option 2 for the short term and the only option for long term. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Now we'll go back to GB Riders.
Sure. Trayman Karen, sure everybody knows me.
Use the microphone, will you, Trayvon, please?
Sorry,
But it's not for us so much as the,
It's for the people watching.
yeah, for the people at home, so, yeah.
there it goes.
Alrighty, Drake Karen here. Yes, first, the rail riders, let me get my documentation here. Looking at doing our annual UTV raffle again this fall. It'll be August 6th. Same kind of layout as we normally do. Have it at the corner bar. Yeah, I guess $100 ticket. Nothing really changed. Looking for approval for the raffle exempt permit. August 6th.
And this is the same one you have every year, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yep, we've been doing it for the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Do I got a second?
I'll say.
Motion made and second to give the GB Riders UTV raffle. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
Thank you. Next up, I got 2 things for Volksfest. First here, we got the liquor license for the Goodhue JCs. Would be from June 10th to the 12th. Cover the main street there, and then Rosie's Park, where we serve for the beanbag tournament and stuff. Yeah, I guess looking for approval for the liquor license, temporary liquor license.
That's the same one you have every year too, right?
Correct. Again, there's no changes there from what we normally do.
You make a motion. I'll second.
Motion made and second. Any questions? I do have one.
Sure, go ahead.
What What are you gonna do to stop minors in there?
Same thing we always do. We have a security system, or it's not system, security team. They're the ones that check IDs and everything. We push a lot of that responsibility onto them so that people aren't trying to give away overage bands to minors when they're coming through the gate. So we aren't handing that stuff out at the gate. Our security team is.
That's, I would just make sure something's handled on it.
Yep.
I mean, every year it seems.
And I got to meet with our police department here too, but I'm hoping to get some better coordination this year than what we've had in the past. I mean, we had DNR officers in the street dance, not just in town last year, and 2 cases our security team pulled someone to the side that was getting a little rough and asked an officer in there to take them out and take care of them. And they kind of put their hands up like, I'm not going to do nothing, and then walked onto the street. And then I was behind stage, witnessed it myself at the command center, and I didn't see what outfit the officers were from, but there was 2 or 3 of them standing there, and one of them was talking about one of those times and said, yeah, I wasn't going to do nothing because my boss told me I wasn't supposed to be within 5 miles of here. So why is he even here if he ain't doing his job? So I got to have a further conversation, and we want some better coordination there.
We appreciate it too.
So who do you have for security? I mean, are these just local people or?
I can't remember the outfit's name on hand. We used to use Premier Security. I think they're out of Rochester. We switched that 3 years ago or so. They are fairly local, but I can't remember the company's name on hand. And we're impressed with them. From what we've seen, we're a lot happier with this company over our Premier original company.
The county comes in too, don't they, where they're mounted? They have things passed, what?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have town, county. There's usually probably a state patrol somewhere, DNR, and the posse. I mean, everybody in the brother is here. And I'm not saying whether one way they should or shouldn't. I'm just saying we need better coordination between everybody.
Appreciate that. Okay, motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. No.
Thank you. And then my last item here is looking for approval for the Goody JC's fireworks permit. That would be for Hairballs Pyrotechnics on the June 10th show. And again, that isn't nothing new. We've had Hairball for 2 years or so.
That's
Same
Friday
permit.
night then?
Correct.
Is this different than when they do the fireworks display in the town, or?
I got to get a permit for that as
Oh,
well.
that's separate.
So, but I don't have all the documentation, so I'll be back for a permit there.
Do I got a motion?
I'll
Second?
second.
Motion made second to approve fireworks permit for Hairball. All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Opposed? Motion's carried.
can you tell us who's gonna be the band on Saturday, or? Go through the week?
Probably wouldn't hurt. Saturday will be John Michael Montgomery, opening acts, to be determined yet. Announcement should be going out, this weekend. I'm gonna get all the information.
Say, I heard about it already.
Yeah, somebody's mentioned.
It's been going out word of mouth a little bit, but we've been trying not to say too much until we post it up online for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, you should see everything go out here any day, so.
Trust me, you're online now, so.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah, right, there you go.
I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, Angel Nassif for the Goodhue County, or Goodhue School for closing Sixth Street off. I had talked to Jill because where she wanted to cut it off, I wouldn't approve that because they were going around the corner, so if something would happen to the substation, XL Energy could not get into it. So we asked her to cut it off before the corner, and she's willing to do that the way it looks here.
Got it right up here on the screen, so she's cutting it off now. The initial email that you would have gotten on Friday would have went over to here, and now she's stopping it right before the corner.
And it's not hurting anything because people can still get around on 7th Street. XL can get in there, that was the main thing, so. So can I get a motion for that? Or anybody have any questions first? Or discussion? Just for one day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the one day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that shouldn't be it. What is April 8th, what day is it on?
It's a Friday.
Friday? Oh,
I will, that we, allow her to have her,
Shut the street down for a day.
shut the street down so she can have her program.
Do I got a second?
I'll second.
Motion made second to approve the Goodhue School Ag Teachers street closure on April 8th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Election redistricting and polling locations. Basically, that doesn't really affect us a lot. Well, we're back in the, we're out of 2 and back into 1. Congressional District 1, there we go. But as far as our polling location, we're still at the Lions Road.
so.
But I suppose we gotta have a motion to make sure we stay there, so.
So I had to make a resolution for that. And so I have that. First one is the redistricting, and then the second one would be the election polling place. So we don't have a choice in it, for the redistricting. The state did it, then it came down to the county. And so we just have to accept their,
I don't know, have we done this before?
Well, we've been in District 2 for years, and they haven't really affected us on the redistricting. That's every 10 years.
Yeah, oh, that's fine.
So, I mean, we, like Jill says, we have
Yeah,
nothing to say about it.
Yeah. The only thing we do is confirm where our polling place is.
Correct.
Yep.
So, make a motion that we pass Jill's 2 resolutions.
I second.
Motion's made and second to pass the 2 resolutions, one for the polling location of the city of Goodhue elections, and the other one for accepting a redistricting of the city of Goodhue elections. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Pool ordinance, we've been working on that, but I think we need, excuse me, we need a little more time on it. So I'd like to table that till we get a little more, if that's okay with everybody.
I'm gonna take the time to get it right.
Make a motion, do we need to table, do we need a motion that, or
Yep.
just make a motion to table the pool ordinance in ground, above ground?
I got a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second to table the pool ordinance. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Next one is mayor's concerns, and well, I've been busy here the last couple of days with the thing about we're gonna have trouble, as long as Traven's here, you might as well get in on this too, is when we sold the old city hall, there's power that they use for the food vendors on there. And they wanna do something with the city hall, the old city hall, bring that wall out so that them panels have to come off. And the only thing we've used them for is for that, and the city's not in for the Vote Fest anymore, so if the J.C.'s want the food stands there, I think they should go to Ag Partners and see if they can mount it on Ag Partners building.
It isn't on Ag Partners now.
It is, but I mean, it's gotta get moved.
Oh, I see.
And,
Out to
and the city
yeah,
did it
They'd have
before.
to move it to the west. Oh, yeah.
It'd have to be moved to the west side of that building,
Sure, yep.
or have to figure out some other way to get power there. So
Alright, I can take a look.
I'm just filling you in on, because it's been approached already, it's gotta come off of there where it is. The only reason I found out about it is when they're putting them trusses on, Lodemar's wanted to take power down to it. We were wondering where the power went. Well, that's where it went, it's for that. So I told them they could take the power down for it, so they could put their roof and that on for that other building, so. But then the owners of the building that's there, the old city hall, wants to extend that out to that level and then put a big door in there, so. That's the reason why it has to come off, so. And we don't own it anymore or anything else, we have nothing, the city has nothing to do with it, so. Since we sold the building, so. But that's the only thing really I have, one that I can remember. Unless, Joe, do I have anything else I brought up? We brought so much up in the last 2 weeks that, for as of right now. Any council concerns?
I don't have anything I can think of right offhand.
Okay, we're going public concerns, Bruce and Donna?
No, I guess we six kind of explained that. When we do our drive over this, I can really work it out. He explained it pretty well.
And Bruce and Donna, I have had a little bit of a conversation with Jason, who's our new public works person that's gonna be starting, next week, about your sign. You wanted a sign to go down there. I didn't get to tell you this, Carrie, but he's familiar with signs, and so I just kind of had mentioned it. He's been in here a few times to talk with us, so I do have it written down, and I've had the communication with him, so, just an update for you, since I don't see you guys regularly, but we do have it noted for a sign that you wanted to. Okay, thank you.
Our driveway with cement, so we want to extend it out to match up with the city, so whenever, I don't know, when can I expect him to come in after everything is done or before, or?
That'll kind of depend, we'll probably want the streets to be done, but you can coordinate with the contractor. And once we get to that point, once we figure out who that is, so if you want all concrete all the way out.
So would we talk to you at that time, or the contractor?
Yeah.
I'll be around every day, so I will stop over.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Would that sign still after the street, like, do it for everything?
It was something that we were trying to include in the project. So, if you'd like to do it on your own beforehand, no problem. So,
And, then, signs, like, a sign for no trucks, we talked about that once before, as far as down this dead end. So they don't have to turn around and turn off the end stuff.
So you said that that's on, fit into the project? Is that what you were saying?
that would be
Or-
the intent, we would just add a sign,
Okay.
to be part of our regular street signage.
Okay, so for them and for what Wayne was just saying? Okay, so it's taken care of.
Okay. You got anything else, or? Okay,
Yeah, the water shut off, that would, whatever, look back at this, that's water,
pardon?
is there a water line that goes back? Where does that run? Does anybody know?
We're working on getting some markings out there, we're gonna have our surveyors back there, but I think it does branch off, we just gotta find the curb stop.
Water and sewer and.
I'm guessing it runs up the driveway, but one thing we gotta think of.
More review than the council, I guess.
Yep, just gotta get a couple markings out there, and should be able to figure it out.
Okay. Thank you for coming, though.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion to pay the bills?
I looked in the way and see anything of particular interest.
Yeah, I get a whole lot of sign release.
Okay. Straight up, so I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
A second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second, to pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion.
One second.
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Yeah, there's no other meetings after this.
Do I?
No, there's no, no, but for the next seat or nothing like that. What? Church, 6 o'clock?
Sure, coming, Jason?